Hi, this is Steve Hutchinson with Hutchinson Family Office, and with me today I have Lindsey Wyble. I'd like to talk about, we like to get together with our employees on a regular basis here on video and have them share a little bit more about what makes them up, what they do, how they work for you. And so, Lindsey, welcome to the hot seat.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And you're going to be happy through most of this, right?
Yes, of course. Always happy.
Well, Lindsey, I've known you probably, the only person that's known you longer than me here is your mother, right?
Yes.
And I was the second one. Okay,
Yes.
That's right. And maybe Amy. Maybe
Yes.
Amy, yeah, Amy knew you too. Interesting story about Lindsey is that she is the daughter of your mom, Sherry Campbell, and I remember when you were born, and you know, your mom brought you into the office in a little bassinet.
Yes.
And sat over there, and she did her work while you were sitting around, and I don't know if she brought you in on a playpen or what. I don't
Yes, I
remember.
used to shred papers.
Yes, so
When
you've
I
done a
was-
lot of
yes.
things here. Tell me about your education, your background.
So I have an associate's degree in biology from Georgia Southern and then a bachelor's degree in accounting from the Bryan School at UNCG. And I am a certified divorce financial analyst.
Okay, let's stop with that. Cdfa,
Yes.
Certified Divorce Financial Analyst. Now, you're following in your mom's footsteps in that area, because I remember your mom getting that designation many years ago.
Yes, she's
Specializing in divorce financial. But give us an idea, what's involved in being a CDFA? What do you do?
So being a CDFA, a lot of times in divorce, there's financial issues, and not necessarily both parties will even understand the issues in the divorce. And so we collect all the financial documents and information, and we try to find an equitable distribution that's equal and fair to both parties, pre-tax and post-tax. And we also try to find what is necessary for both parties to live off of from a financial affidavit standpoint.
Okay, so and of course you're getting your guidance from the attorney.
Yes.
And so you do not work, in some cases you may work with both parties to a divorce.
Yes.
But in some cases you may only work with one party of the divorce.
Yes. So we often work for one side, but when we go in front of a judge as a financial expert, we have to show that we weren't leaning toward one side, that we were making this as fair as possible and as right as possible and as accurate as possible, not just trying to necessarily favor one side, even though we are working for one party and trying to get the best for that party.
And it's not as simple as cutting the baby in half, if you will.
No.
I apologize, probably
No.
the wrong phraseology to use there, but it's not as simple as just cutting things down the middle, because there are certain situations that you guys take a look at, and of course this draws from your accounting background, that you go back in and look at the tax implications as well as the long-term implications of what spouse you may be representing or what other parties may be involved.
Yes, there's a lot of different rules and laws and tax laws that make things a lot more difficult than they would seem, especially when it comes to pensions and different kinds of assets like IRAs and traditional accounts and different things like that.
Good. No, that's very important for people to know. So a lot of times, you know, most people don't understand, as a family office, we deal largely in high net worth divorces, divorces of people who've accumulated a substantial amount of assets in their family. And sometimes this involves business valuations. It may involve a little bit of forensic accounting, huh?
Yes.
Trying to find where money might be.
Yes, so we can trace money, and there have been multiple times where we've been hired to trace money, hidden monies and just money moved throughout different businesses and accounts to try to mask where that money was going.
That's a lot of work.
It
That's a
is.
lot of work, because It's not as simple. And then, of course, you've got the complexity that you go through as a CDFA, or Certified Divorce Financial Analyst, which is the prospect of marital support, or alimony as it's referred to. And of course, the tax laws have changed for that over the last couple of years. Now it is what it is. There's no tax benefit on either side of it. And so you've got alimony issues that you have to address. And of course, if there's child support, is probably a lot simpler to work out, depending on what the standard of living is for the family. But alimony is always a tough one, isn't it?
Yes, alimony and child support are both tough ones.
Yes. So in addition to having your CDFA, you're also a certified paraplanner. I
am.
And you're going to start studying to get your CPA.
Yes. I have started studying for the CPA, so that is something I hope to obtain within the next year.
And that being a CPA in this side of the business, not necessarily a tax return.
No.
Very
different than taxes.
We have people on our team who do taxes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is more or less from the Internal Revenue Service's position.
Yes.
As far as it means in dividing assets equitably.
Yes. And a lot of times from a court standpoint, being a CPA allows you to testify in a lot more broad cases than just having a CDFA.
Right. You're not as limited.
Yes.
Yeah. So your team, which consists of you, your mom, and the other Ashley and other folks that are here. Of course, I know Sherry quite often is called on to testify.
Yes.
And being part of a process of testimony and divorces. So, this is a little overwhelming load of paperwork.
It is.
And I know you're quite involved in it. Well, what do you do with your free time?
In my free time, I have 2 dogs, so in my free time I take care of them.
Well, tell me about your dogs.
Well, I have one named Sadie and one named Finley. They're both 5, so they're older. They are on the lazier side at this point, but we like to hike and just anything outdoors and
They love being outside. You like to take them outside and walk them around. Is there places you like to travel?
Yes, I have friends all over the country. A lot of my friends that I went to school with and grew up with have moved to different places, so I like to travel to see them in Chicago and Montana, and do a bunch of different stuff in those areas.
Yeah. And being in this industry gives you the luxury of being able to do that.
Yes.
And the flexibility, because this isn't this is no more an in the office stuck behind the desk job as it is a 9-to-5 job. So you find yourself a lot of times working later at night and then working from home or you actually going somewhere and still working, right?
Yes, a lot of times we will have deadlines for our cases, so it'll require me to work on the weekends, evenings. I have some crazy hours sometimes, but I enjoy it, and it allows me to be flexible with where I'm at when I am working.
And just to give us a little bit of background, how long have you been, I apologize, I should know this, but you've been with us on this team for how long now?
Since the end of 2018.
So you've been with us about it'll be 4 years pretty soon. So and you came here from down in the Savannah area, Charleston area, and then you moved up here, finishing your school.
Yes.
And now you're a full-fledged CDFA.
I am.
And doing all that work.
Yes, I'm really enjoying
I'd
it.
ask you how you like working for your mom, but that's a setup.
Yes. She would not be satisfied with my, I'm just kidding. It's fun and it's challenge. It's a different kind of challenge.
Yeah.
But we make a great team, and honestly, a lot of the people we work for and attorneys we work with enjoy that we're a team because we do both work really hard on our sections.
And that's what our team tries to do, is to put forth, when Susie and Ashley and Todd and Cole and all the team, we try to put together a team of people rather than, we don't need very many superstars around here, do we?
No. Although we all are superstars.
We're all, we don't need a lot of egos in one room,
But I'm thankful for the team we have. I enjoy everybody.
And, it's interesting, and we make light of the fact that your mom was working with me at the time when you
Yes.
of course, your mom worked with me back when she was a senior in college. So
Yes.
I remember when she graduated from UNCG. But, so did you get some of your strong academic background from your mother?
Definitely. I didn't realize it until I worked with my mother, but I'm very like my mother, and when it comes to working in academics, we're very similar in the fact that we're competitive, so it kind of helps when it comes to the divorce side of things because we want to do it right and we
Right.
want to get it right, especially if we're going to go before a judge or things are going to be presented to the other side under our name. She's the hardest working woman I know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever be able to reach that level, but I try.
Yeah, but she's able to work as hard as she wants to because she has you and the other support team.
Yes.
That she doesn't have to do. There was a time for your mom, she was doing all this.
Yes.
So now she focuses on the areas where her significant strengths are, and she's learned to delegate it, and you're building those strengths today. And
Yes.
so that just is tremendously valuable.
Yes, and we are actually able to say as well that we went to the same school. So the Bryan Business School is very, I guess, a big thing for us.
Yeah.
So.
And the attorneys, I'm sure, of course, you do not do work for the public. The public can't pick up the phone and give you guys a call. You work strictly through the attorneys.
Yes.
Because the type of work that you do is very specialized, and it's not for those folks that generally really don't understand.
Yes.
Sometimes the fighting in a divorce goes over the china and the couches. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This is not. This is high net worth divorce, assets. We got to cut it. You got to figure out how that
Yes.
works.
And if we are not hired through the attorney, our work does not fall under attorney-client privilege as well. So that's a very important
Very
factor.
important thing.
Yes.
So I know you enjoy working here tremendously, don't
I
you?
do. This is a great office to work for. It is. It is.
Well, we appreciate all you do. I mean, you're a great asset for the team. I've seen you grow in the few years that you've been here with us,
Thank
and
you.
I know as you continue to keep growing, it's going to be certainly an asset to our organization.
Well, I appreciate you guys as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
And that'll, Lindsey is an opportunity to learn more about her. If you've got some questions, you want to talk to her personally, give her a call.